Howdy everyone, Nimby here. Today we're going to be tying a beadhead coachman because Glacier Shark asked me to do some for him. So we're going to do some up this morning. Going to be streaming for about an hour because unfortunately they're cutting our power off to do some pole replacements. So I will not have electricity. But until they do, we'll get some coachman done. Here's the ones from yesterday. Got some dry flies, some wets. Since these have bead heads on them, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do a dry fly style, so we're going to do wets. This one is I believe a 2.8 size bead head, if I recall correctly. Let's see here. Just gonna get one more part of the stream set up here. I'll be right with you guys. We'll get a tail tied in. There we are. Okay, for the tail we're going to be using a golden pheasant tippet. Really pretty orange little feather. And using a good amount of classic trout flies. They can be kind of hard to come by. If you're getting them in a fly shop, I recommend getting a full skin. We have just enough there for a tail. That's what they look like, or at least the part we're going to be using. After you trim them off, you just want to kind of fold them in on itself. So you got that nice orange all the way around. I'm just going to bind that in. There we go. We'll be tying in our peacock hackle. And we're going to be using 2 strands. And we just want to break away the there we go. Break away the brittle end. I don't know if it's bitter or not. I've never tasted one. And then we'll cut the ends as well. Now I'm going to bring it right up to the bead head here. And then back along the body. And stop just before our tail tie-in point there. And these can hang out in our material clip. Next part is some acetate red floss. In this case, we're using Unifloss, single ply red. It's really important that you cut a nice clean starting point so you don't fray. And we'll get that in right there. About halfway down the hook shank. Right on top. And do 2 wraps. And then back it up and just tighten that right up. Not quite to the point where you cut it off, but as close as you feel comfortable. And then we'll bring that back. We want this to end between the hook point and the barb. Go back a little bit more. 2 more wraps. Yeah, that looks good right there. I'm gonna leave my thread right at that point. And bring this forward. We're actually gonna attach this into our bobbin cradle with the hackle plier. Just keep it out of the way for a moment. Hackle plier stay. There we go. Alright. I bumped it. I'll just straighten it out a little bit. There we go. And I'm gonna be hand wrapped, and that's not gonna use the rotary. And we're just gonna twist this up. Just give it a handful of twists. Nothing crazy, but that will stop it from separating on us as bad. Also add a little bit more durability. If one strand breaks, the other should hold it. This part can be a little fussy trying to get around the bobbin and your floss up front. But once you get the back, and watch your hook point. Once you get the back done up here, we'll move our floss to the back material clip. Throw in our securing wrap. This one's fine because we're going to secure this whole thing down here. And we're going to secure it right up to that halfway point where we tied it in. Two wraps in front. We'll bring this right up to the front here. We're going to be tying this off. There we go. Actually, sorry, we're going to back that up. I'm going to get the red floss done here first. So there's 2 securing wraps behind. Let that sit there and we'll get the floss done. I like to do 3 covering wraps with the floss, so we'll go forward, back, and then back forward again. That'll be thick enough so the color won't change drastically once it's wet, and the black thread can show through if you make it too thin. And about half an extra wrap up front, that'll stop it from sliding. and then tie it off. One behind and two in front. Do that twice because floss is slippery. We're going to slight back wrap the peacock curl. Move this forward. We're going to make this slightly thicker because we're going to be going over top of it. We want it to be thick enough to hold our wing up. So just an extra wrap or two just in front there. Be enough. Should be able to do this with one single length peacock, no problem. There we go. I'm just going to clean those ends up a hair. There. Okay, we want a clean spot tie our wing in there. We want to be in the middle of the little clean spot that we tied. Wing. Okay, we're going to be cutting a slip from our left and our right. Clear off the junk. I believe I already have this gauged. Yep. So we're going to be making that a gap height. I'm using a compass. Feel free to use a hook because it will be exactly the right distance for you. Pull that down so they're separated like so. And then hold both of them so you're leaving that little gap just under your finger. Hey Jack Pepper, good to see you in. Appreciate it. We'll cut right to that hollow. That one's good. And there's our quill wing. Or the one side of it in any event. One soft fiber on the end there I'm going to just remove. Yeah, these are good flies. Glacier Shark asked me to do some up for him with the bead heads, which honestly I've never done before, but it sounded like a great idea, so here we are. And just got that in my stacker there. Hey Ron, how's it going? I quickly checked out your short there with the muddler. I really like muddlers. I need to do me up some actually. Yeah, good morning Jack, good morning Ron. Good to have you both in here. Hey, this one's got a preening damage mark kind of right where we're going to be taking the wing off, so this side might not be as perfect, but we're going to make it work. Yeah, you can see it separating on the one above it there. But I think this one will be fine. Doesn't look as bad as the one above it. The one above it I might have to strip out. That one's clearly broken. Oh, we just get our little thing that? Yeah, and it's a little wispy on the end, but this will work fine. It's a wet fly wing. Muddlers are an awesome pattern. They work so good over here too. Yeah, you definitely want to filter those animals out of the water. Yeah, I want to make some like dark brown. I actually have some really nice dark brown olive deer hair I want to use for making mice and muddlers with. Yeah, it's hard to tell if that damage is going to stay in or not. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, just right at the top, just the last like 5 or so strands, but we're going to line her up here and see if we can make her work. Hey, later on, Robert, thanks for stopping in, mate. Gotta get those animals filtered out of the water. Excuse me for a second while I fuss with the wings. One day I might find an easier way to do this, but... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd like to do some olive muddlers too. Okay. I think with the damage in there, that's probably as good as we're gonna get. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest, because this is gonna be a weighted wet fly, so it doesn't need to have a crazy wing on it. Okay, one wrap around, pinch wrap, commit to it, and tighten down. Yeah, I mean, I went a little bit on the kinky side, but it's right square on top, so I'm happy with that. That's good length. Yeah, that'll do, considering how damaged the feather was. It's not bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna be cutting this wing bit. I'm gonna bind it forward a little bit here first so it doesn't move around. It's a little slippy. Just wanting to twist. So we're gonna bind that straight forward. Thank you. Now a lot of times on the bead head like this, where did my knife go? I don't have my good knife here. Where did it go? Hey, we're gonna try an X-Acto. Get it out. There we go. Yeah, a lot of times on these, a good thing to do if you got a brass bead up front and you're trying to lock it in is just to use a sharp knife instead of your scissors and just push along the bead. And you get it without cutting your thread and get it nice and close. I have a better knife than this, but this will do for now. As long as you stay above your thread line, you're good. I have this really nice, it's here somewhere, I'll find it. I have this really nice little razor blade holder for, I think it's originally for barber shops or hairdressing with interchangeable. Yeah, the sky's the limit, really. I mean, you could go bright colors and do attractors, do all sorts of stuff. There we go. So we're gonna pop all that off there. I'll keep you out because we'll probably use you. And now we can bury that in, working our way towards the bead, and that'll help to keep the bead in place as well. Now normally this is where I'd be building my head up. We're going to do our hackle in that place. Yeah, that's the nice thing about muddlers is like the supplies that you need to tie them correctly. You can dye them easy, you can use like Sharpie marker. Sky's kind of the limit, whatever you feel will work. Yeah, that's good. That's nice and solid in there now. So that'll hold that in. Let's see here. I'm going to try one of these other hackles I have for this one. Let's see if these hackles are going to be long enough. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. This is off of a hen saddle, actually. But they're quite stiff. They're right between... Yeah. I really enjoy tying quill wings, even if they are super challenging at times. But yeah, it's a hen saddle, so they still have a really nice shine to them, but they're quite flexible. They're about as stiff as I would want to go with a soft hackle tine. Yeah, a lot of people fish them with droppers, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think they actually work good to have a fly below them as a dropper, because they stabilize everything really well. They got a lot of mass to them and they push a lot of water. And sometimes if you have too light of a fly, you know, your dropper can kind of just go all over the place. Okay, so I'm gonna tie in here just up top. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Run's got a lot of good suggestions. Oh, my hackle would get out of my half hitch. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, really? Okay, hold on. At least it didn't go sprawling, but still. Let's see if we can get this. Oh. Wow, that didn't work out so well. Yeah, let's fix that and try that again. Wow. Oh, happens to everyone. I'm just going to reduce that a bit there because I don't want it to be too thick. Only downside of 6-aught is I do 6 or 8. Only downside of 8-aught is I do snap it more often. Yeah, we can't at all in BC, so I've only been able to do that in Alberta. That was a good long while ago. I don't know if you can still do that there or not. But I know it's super popular in Many locations. Just like Euro nymphing, I guess. Alright, let's try this again and not break it / lose our hackle. Okay, I'm just gonna pull off a little bit of hackle on each side of this. Give me a little better starting point. Alright. Alright guys, this one's fighting me a little bit. Let's try a little more then. Catching on my fingers, I'm just gonna use my half-edge tool. Just a super scientific pen. Alright, so we got that in there all nice. I think I'm gonna go with the hackle plier here. This thing's already been jumpy enough. Oh, we're gonna go with messy and clean it up after. Yeah, I mean, I kind of see why they do it, but in the same token, I don't. Like the chance of you catching a lot more fish, that it's gonna interrupt um, the ecosystem like that is fairly small. I think a lot of times what they were more worried about was the people snagging stuff, especially when salmon are running. It's more of a big deal. Seems to be a lot of people like to snag salmon for Who knows why? Well, I know why. They want to try and catch them. But it's unfortunately very easy to snag. Oh, come on. Hey, show flies. Hey, Doug. Good to have you in. So let me fight with my hackle for a minute. Right with you. Alright, that hackle is messy as all get out, so we're gonna clean that up. Yeah, there's 2 jacks. That's correct. I really didn't even think about that for a second there. So we're just gonna pin this back, making a little thread collar. I want to be careful how much thread I'm making on that collar because I want to put just a hair of peacock colored dubbing in there. Yeah, hey, show flies. Good for you to stop in, mate. Haven't seen you in a couple. I just picked up. I get my wax to stick. Come on, wax. Well, I guess I'll have to turn you up a hair. That's all good. You're just here to hang out. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we're here for. Alright, so where did I stick it now? I just had it here. I found this really cool. It's a squirrel dubbing. Aren't we all, mate? It's yeah, I'm tying it in a kind of weird style here for on request from Glacier Shark. But got this stuff. It's squirrel peacock dubbing, but it's got like a UV mixed in. And I think this is gonna make it just pop on that collar. I'd rather have a little hair dubbing in that collar than have just a thread collar. The other thing I could do is switch over to say like a red and just put like a color band in there as well. But I'm gonna go this way. We're gonna do just a whiff. It's probably twice as much as I need. And we'll stick you over here and use you for the next one. Yeah, it's got like a, I don't know if it's gonna show up on the camera or not, but it's got a really nice, very exceedingly fine UV in it. And that might even be too much, but we're gonna wrap it and see how far we go. Yeah, that's true. Never too old either, for that matter. There we go. I just wanted to throw a little buggy. I like my bead heads with just a whiff of dubbing behind them. Just cut out some of that squirrel hair. There. Now we can throw a whip finish behind that. That should hold together for us. There you go. So Glacier Shark, if you're watching this later on, that's the first one. The bead heads for you. Yeah, they work on all sorts, but yeah, kokanee, brook trout, love them. Any trout variety, actually, really. There. Oh, I had no idea Jack was older. It don't matter, really. I mean, like, any age can start tying. As long as your eyesight's decent and your hands are okay. Those are the two frustrations a lot of people seem to have. Okay, I'm not gonna put a dab of head cement on this because it'll get all into the little throat hackle there, or dubbing, sorry. No, never. Absolutely not. You ever have any questions, comments, accusations, concerns? Feel free to bring them up. Everyone else in the chat here, besides me, or including me, are very helpful people. We'd all, I'm sure, be happy to help you. Yeah, there's magnifying glasses and glasses. Speaking of which, I should put mine on. Which will help for a while. Yeah, you ever run into any problems, just shoot me a message in the community tab there, or by email, whatever you prefer. And I'd be happy to we'll just rotate that a bit here. Hey, Showfly's got to be a fox today. There we go. Beadhead print sniff, or not print sniff. I guess it kind of looks like a print sniff, but there we go. You wanted some weighted ones for creek and river fishing. So we're gonna do, yeah, we'll do two of the exact same size for them. And honestly, I've never tied them in this style ever before, but I think it was a great idea. Because sometimes they do, with the wing, they, well, buoyant's probably the wrong word for them, but they pull a lot of water. So if you have a fairly fast moving creek and you want to get it down a bit because fish are under some cover, like an overhanging log, or you know, they're in a deeper hole, then it can be a little bit hard to get it where you need to go. So having one that has a weighted head on it actually seems like a wonderful idea. Well, I have to admit it's the first time I've run across it, but don't mean it's not a good idea. Good, I'm glad. Yeah, Maddie's awesome. He's good stuff. And it's not something you're gonna finish up, or you know, in any sort of short time period too. It's like a lot of other pursuits in life. It's gonna take you years, and it's not about getting to some sort of finish line, because there is no finish line, right? Aren't all of ours though. I don't think anyone's eyes get better as they age. That would be kind of cool though. Okay, let's see what side we want to go off of here. On this side. So I want it to be roughly about gap height fanned out. Muck that up a bit, let's reset. Come on, fingers, play ball today. The most important thing when you're lining these tails up is just to try and keep them straight so all the barbulars line up. So you want to keep that nice black band in both locations. A band and not a zigzag. Sometimes that's super easy, other times it's not. Yeah, I don't think there's a single day you're gonna wake up and be like, oh, I think I got it all figured out now. Yeah, you take your tail bit there and you want to just kind of fold it in on itself, so you're wrapping it like a tenting it basically. It moved a little bit on me, but not enough that I'm worried about. Now we're gonna tie that right in on top there. Hey, Villigrams, how's it going, mate? Thanks to you and Robert for being my first members. Appreciate that very much. I'm gonna work on more member-only content, but right now basically just early access to all the shorts and other stuff I post. Yeah, the tail went a little off kilter on me, but that's fine. Yeah, Villigrams is the man too. For if you want to check his stuff out, if you want to watch more. Yeah, we're gonna get some peacock now. Yeah, sadly I only got about an hour today because they're cutting my power off shortly here. That's always cool if you can meet up with Bud in real life. Yeah, I seem to miss more show flies than I catch, but I watch them in the after. Okay, so right about halfway is where I want to tie in our floss here. And I'm just gonna cut a new clean tip. And then just gently tug it right to the end there. Bind it down. Is it just me, since most of you guys run channels here? Is it just me, or does the way they're feeding out videos seems to have changed in the last like month or so here, maybe two? I don't seem to get a lot of notifications like I used to. I know that's been a problem for a while now, but it seems to be even worse than it was. Oop, wait, 1 second, I need to get my thread back there first. There we go. Oh, Robert's back in. Hey, Robert. Hope you had luck with that water deal. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not like I'm not like complaining about view counts or anything because that's always up and down, but the notifications just seem to be weird. Like they're not necessarily broken or messed up. They're just not the same as they were a few months ago. I could be wrong, but it's just the way it feels to me. Oh, this song is irritating me a bit. Let's switch her up. There we go. Okay, switching that back. Moving it forward. Might even throw a couple of these into Robert's box where I send it to, because I think it's a really cool idea. Hello! Okay, we're going to do the red floss next. I like to get 3 rounds in, so forward, back, and then forward again. That will give it enough thickness. Hey, I enjoy the watch hours. Still need a bit. Got busy with lives and birthdays and dropped my watch time. Nice! 500 is a good mark. Oh, Valhalla's in. Hey, mate. Good to have you drop in. I'm just going to tie off this floss one more time here because it's such a slippy material. Yeah, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It just feels different. Like I said, I don't think it's broken or anything like a lot of people are saying, but it just doesn't feel like it was 2 months ago. I'm not sure what they changed, but we're all still here, so that's all that matters. Okay, I gotta make that little spot here for the wing. I'll try and get this a little tighter than the last one. Okay, because this wing set should work a little better than that first wing set, because the first batch off your quills are never great. A lot of people just clip them and toss them, but I do try to use as much as I can off the quill. But this one has the damage in it, so we'll cut that first. There's a preening damage, I think you can see it right there, which is right kind of where I'm going to be cutting it off. So we'll see how annoying that's going to be. Might lose a few fronds, but it's not going to change a whole lot. Yeah, we're holding the wing like that, bringing it up through our hand. Lost a few fronds at the end there, we'll see how this turns out. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna trim that off, nice cleaner. It's a little jagged. Oh, I missed that for some reason. I'll have to check that out. I meant to ask you about your channel or your classes. Thanks for reminding me. Did they go good? How many people did you have? Okay, wing number 2. Hopefully it turned out good for him. That was a little bit. Let's see if I can get that back together. Missed that just a little bit there. I'm going to try that again. Not sure why that didn't. There we go. Yeah, calipers are nice because they give you a consistent size every time. Yeah, it's going to look good. Cool. Yeah, I always found it was better to take a break in between, but not too long of a break. A couple days is kind of optimal. Yeah, there's our other wing. So we'll just marry these two together. I'll try that again. I had it, but it moved on me. I want to avoid doing what I'm doing now and rearranging the feathers, but I had them in there backwards. There we go. So hopefully that'll tie in there nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I was thinking about what you were gonna make there. I'm glad they picked a good fly for you to start with too. That's important. Okay, we're just gonna commit to it and tie it down. I do have to be careful with my wraps here, being that I'm only using 8/0. It's on the thinner side, so you can cut your quill wings if you're not careful with your pressure. Yeah, that turned out good. I'm happy with that. One more for Glacier Fly's box. Hopefully get that out today or tomorrow. Probably would have sent him out already if he didn't make the request for me. Oh, you haven't started yet? Okay, I misunderstood. Yeah, we're gonna trim this off here. Got 9 people in and only 1 thumbs up. Tap that like button for me and get a few more going. My wife says that was mine. Yeah, feel free to hit that like button for me while I get this trimmed off here. My wife's my biggest supporter. Really? Okay, sorry, my thing's buggered then. Sometimes the stream feeds. Okay, cool, that's much better. I thought it was weird having as many people in. Okay, cool. That's much better than what mine's showing. Thought it was a bit weird that I only had the one. Okay, so got that buried in there. Let's get this. That'll hold the bead in there nice and sturdy too. I don't want to do too many wraps. I don't need to hit that with a Sharpie or anything because we're going to be covering that with the slight green. Let's get nice soft tackle here. Yeah, thanks for checking on that for me, guys. Appreciate that. Obviously, my vision's bad because it's showing one on mine. I wonder if it'll update. Come on, YouTube, you got stuff to do. Update the likes. Okay, so we're gonna brush that out and some nice long hackle on there. Actually, I think some of these on the end here are probably just a hair too long. Okay. Kind of the point where you want to be picking your soft hackle. This webby stuff, you can see there's a separation here. That's where how you know it's a hen hackle. Because the males typically don't have this, or if they do, it's very short. But when it starts to line forward like that, that's kind of your marker that the barbulars are going to be too stiff to do a good soft hackle. Nothing stopping you from tying them in. They're just going to go all cattywampus on you and just make life harder and not give you a lot of the movement that you're looking for. So we're going to cut those guys out. And cut the end off. There we go. Just like that, so we got a little stubby to tie in. Okay, good luck on your rounds. We'll be here waiting for you, unless they shut my power off. I think I have a few more hours. It's coming soon here. I might stop after this. Might stop after we finish this one. It's not healthy for your computer to be shut down abruptly while you're running something like streaming. Great way to corrupt the software. We don't want to deal with that. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, let's get the hackle pliers in there, just for safety's sake. The hackle pliers seem to cut my hackle more often than they don't, but we're going with that today. Oh, that's wrapping like a champ too. Look at that. I'm happy. That's a nice directional wrap. Beauty. I couldn't have laid in there more proper if I tried. Come on now. Trying to get those last two ones on top to lay back a bit. It's not worth it. We'll tie them in a second. Alright, now I'm just going to get a half hitch in just to save point. Gently tuck that in. Okay, and that's all going to get covered with the little whiff of a yeah. I guess this kind of makes me a chef of some sort, eh? Hey. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Always a pleasure. Hopefully you get to finish your lunch later. And good luck on the plumbing issue. Where did my thing go? Yeah. So we're using this squirrel peacock dubbin. It's got a little bit of UV in it. Super fine. Nice and buggy. In hindsight, for this fly, I would have liked it to be just a hair darker. But still looks really good, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, later, Robert. Good luck with the work. As I'm saying, that's not wrapping all that well on here. There we go. What a nice tight little needle. Alright. We're going to use that to hold our hackle back. Get a cute little deal in there. That'll help push the hackle back. Could have tied the hackle back a little bit, but I'm really happy with how the hackle laid, so I'm just leaving it just the way it is, and we'll get a quick whip finish on there. It's right behind the bead on this one, so we don't build up too much of a thread collar, but need something. Well, settle down, Stream Elements. I think everyone's already subscribed here. No worries, always a pleasure to have you in. Hey. And there we go. Beadhead Royal Coachman. For Glacier Sharks box. Hey, Jack Pepper got a cute little lion. I like that. Getting some different animals out today. There's a gob of them. Different random ones. There, I'm happy with that one. Okay, so we'll leave her at that because I'm, like I said, they're going to be doing some power pole work in my area here, and I'm going to lose power shortly, so we'll cut it off at this point, and I will either be back later tonight or tomorrow when the power is restored, depending on how long their work takes. Just want to thank everyone for hanging out with me. It's been a good morning. Glad I could help a few with you, so some tying issues. And thanks for all the likes and subs and everything. I appreciate it. Yeah, be safe, everyone. Have a good day. Later, Pilgrims. Later, Jack. Later, the other Jack. Later, Run. Robert, I know you're gone, but I'll say hi anyway. Show Flies, and Doug. You guys all have a good night, eh?